This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Takes it to about the 37. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Hard throw, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Flushed, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when the guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it, ends up getting the ball stripped.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's got a full head of steam. The race is on. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. They juked him. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
First down, Love to pass. Oh, he faked him with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Jeremy Chin there defensively. The Packers at 9-2 to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Off the play fake, Love. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction? And really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 7 yards there and a first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. To throw now, here's Love. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. Taken at the goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 68 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Jacobs going to try the middle. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
And I believe that gain on third and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Here we go on fourth down. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Looking to throw. McCarthy escaping and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And that's caught inside the 35. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Off play action. McCarthy.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Love. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Love. Touchdown, Packers. Sam Laporta from 8 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. McCarthy. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game. Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
149 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's 3rd down.
Again, it's Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
An inside give to Jones.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 2nd down.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance of 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, Your kicker puts it through the post.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
This is 1st and 10. Now Love.
Eluding the pressure right.
Completes to Njoku.
And a good job to get him to the ground quickly right there at the 36-yard line.
Love looking to throw it.
Leaping, and he makes the grab. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Here's Love. Quick slant to Watson.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. Love. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Now,
they've got his man complete.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory. But they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for the Vikings, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the